This morning we were joined by a gentleman, Tom Granville. His company came here from Canada. Why? Because this state took action, one of the first to say, we mandate that tailpipe pollution from cars needs to get cleaned up. He now has 50, 60 people hired in a factory that was abandoned to make the super clean new batteries that will meet and exceed those tailpipe standards. Those aren't just 50 or 60 jobs. It literally is an entire town that is coming back to life because of an insistence on environmental quality. The examples abound. Another one, a small company, was small 2-3 years ago. 4 guys out of the Carnegie Mellon University received a little assistance from the state. They now have a proprietary solar technology that has just broken all the world's records in conductive efficiency. For the $400,000 they got from the state, they have attracted $50 million in private sector investment. All of that on the basis of this state saying 18% of our energy is going to come from clean and renewable sources. The mandate driving that investment. So strong action means strong economic growth.
Experience, and I should say that the U.S. now is one of the top-rated markets for renewable energy investment in the world, and it's because of policy. Unfortunately, it's more because of policy in Pennsylvania and 27 other states that have moved forward with renewable electricity standards than federal policy, which so far has failed to put a national portfolio standard in place. So, Michael?
Right now. So the green economy is not just about green technology. It is totally about cleaning up the environment, making sure we leave a legacy, but it's about changing the way we work. It's changing the way we're structuring. It's flattening the curves. It's eliminating the pyramids, and it's creating a whole new social compact. Gamesa is not a perfect example. We're just an example that's trying to become perfect. We have a long ways to go. We take it one green job at a time. The only bipartisan theme that both sides agreed on was energy independence. The Republicans liked it because it was drill, baby, drill, and again, the Democrats liked it because they could go green. But what we've had now is something we've transitioned from energy independence to climate security. And what climate security means is only one quadrant you can operate in, and that's green. You can't do drill, baby, drill in an era of climate security. There's no drilling. So in Pittsburgh, there's a building behind this building. It's the headquarters of the United Steelworkers. They were the founding force behind the Apollo Alliance, the Blue-Green Alliance, and the Alliance for American Manufacturing. So this city is not just the meta center for the G20 right now, it's the meta center for right thinking. Thank you.
My name is Nancy Alexander, and I'm a program director at the Heinrich Böll Foundation, a political foundation of the German Green Party.
Great. Thank you. Why are we in Pittsburgh today?
It's important that our foundation, along with Jubilee USA, deliver a message to the G20. Deliver a message that they're not themselves delivering on their promises that they've made in earlier summits. Robert Zoellick said last week that the financial crisis has been like a huge fire, and now the developed countries are rushing for the exits, but the poor countries are being left behind in the burning house. And thirdly, they should stop the double standards in terms of the economic policy prescriptions that they're requiring. They are requiring many, many low-income countries to implement fiscal and or monetary constriction to tighten their belts. At the very same time, what the United States is doing is letting out its belts. It is increasing the fiscal deficit. It is lowering the interest rates. It is maintaining subsidies on its exports, and it's sending a lifeline to rescue banks that are too big to fail.
I look at what's happening in the United States right now, and what I see is a great dichotomy. I see young people in every state in this country across class and race, across geographical region, united behind the idea that it just makes practical sense for us to do what science says is necessary to address global climate change, to reignite our economy through green jobs, and to be the leader that the United States should be internationally. Young people get that. They get that across political lines. They get that across economic lines. And yet in those same states, we see senators and members of Congress who seem to think that this is way more complex than it actually is. And
universities and colleges, there is a potent force to really transform India's economy. When you look at 500 million people still living in the dark, which is one of the major reasons for the equity debate, for the reason to have the right to grow, to emit, that is also an opportunity. That's hundreds upon thousands of jobs in sustainable energy enterprises alone. Just today marks the launch of one of the largest green jobs fair in India, and it's running for the next few days. And last month saw another large green jobs fair. So these whispers are no longer whispers. They're coming out to the forefront. India has led in the IT revolution. It knows that the next wave is really going to be IT plus ET, environmental technology, to bring the new phase of development that countries like India require.